Good morning, commuters, and what a beautiful morning it is. That's not true, Malone. Don't lie to us. It looks very gloomy. Yes, it is gloomy. It rained all last night, but I don't think it's supposed to rain today. I'm Matt Malone, and this is the Malone's Commute podcast. Ford Escape 80, 2,867 miles. Today's Thursday, the 20th, I believe. Good morning. How's your day going? That's good to hear. I was able to stream last night. A little down and dirty stream. Did a GT3 race, and I did a GT1 race. That's the Corvette Aston Martin race. That was at Watkins Glen. That video, by the time this podcast goes live, that video will have already been released on the old YouTuberinos. Hey, head on over to the YouTube channel. Oh, you found it? That's great. That's good to hear. Oh, you're already here. Okay, great. Thank you. Welcome. So that video, if you go to the previous video, that'll be a GT1 race. Pretty good race. It was like full Grip TV race, pretty much. There's a lot of Grip TV guys in there, which is cool. So check that out. Still having that particular race, I had to use the Thrustmaster rim that came with my VRS direct drive wheel rim base, because I guess I wired, when I converted my Porsche rim to be able to use it on the VRS direct drive base. I guess I'm gonna have to undo it, and I got some cords. Straddle that dead raccoon. I guess I crossed some wires or something, or there's something, definitely wires are touching the control board or something inside that rim. I'm gonna have to take it apart and see if I can't maybe wrap some of those wires up better, just reconfigure them, or because you know how it is, you get all these wires and you just kind of shove it all together and you screw it back up, and so there's definitely something going on inside of that rim itself that's causing issues, because we're thinking it's EMI stuff, and and it very well could still be. I mean, you still need to run like a ground wire from the rim itself to somewhere. I don't know how that all works. Somebody had said you can wrap a ground wire right on the USB cable itself, but I'm not. Do I look like an electrician? I'm gonna have to tear that apart. I'm gonna try to do that today. Today's Thursday, so maybe if I get that all going today, maybe I'll stream tomorrow. If there's nothing going on, I might have to work on Saturday. If I don't have to work on Saturday, it'd be nice to do a morning stream on Saturday. It's been a long time since I've done a Saturday morning cartoon stream, so we'll see if that's going on. But yeah, check out the last video on my channel for a Corvette race. No spoilers, but it's a good race. So that's a good series. Usually that Wednesday night race, Tanner, Riley, and Jess Brony, they tried to bring back like that series. It's just one of those series that got lost. The Corvette and the Aston Martin. I just remember all the hype around when the Aston Martin came out, and that series was doing pretty good for a little while, but then it just kind of died. It's hard to say why certain series die. Either outdated cars, or I think it's a combination of, well, I think the car is a little bit hard to drive in comparison to like a GT3 car or a GTE car. You got Le Mans series, you got IMSA, you got GT3, and it's just, they're so popular of a series, and to have to, you figure you got Le Mans and you have, all three of those series, you can drive the same car, really. pretty much. So they kind of cross. There's kind of a, there's it's early, guys. Give me a break here. I don't know. They're just popular in the GT1 series. It's called the Fanatic GT Challenge series that has the GT1 cars, the Corvette and the Aston. And for whatever reason, it just never gets any participation. I know there's at least 2 races per week. One of them being the Wednesday night. It's like the 6:45 p.m. Central Standard Time race that I did yesterday. That gets good participation. It's still only one split. I think there's only 19 cars. And it also features the Ford, the original Ford GT in its separate class. And there was only one car in that class for the race last night. So congratulations to the Ford. He won. He captured all positions captured. He swept the podium. Got first place. He did great. Yeah, yikes. I remember driving that Ford GT when it was, oh boy, I remember it was some multi-class race. And I know the McLaren GT3 car was in, and then there was the Ford GT, which was in the slower class. And then I think they had something else as the fast class. That was back in the day. That's when I kind of was still cutting my teeth in iRacing. I would drive that Ford GT, man. I loved it. It's still a decent car. I mean, but if you're not racing with anybody, what's the fun? And I know we had talked about AI coming to iRacing soon. Imagine being able to actually have a full, nice race with the AI with the Ford GT, I mean, it's a good car. It's just, who are you going to race with? Same thing with the GT3 version of the Ford. I don't know what did they just totally just forget about the Ford GT3 and iRacing headquarters? They're like, yeah, that car sucks. We're not even going to do anything to the BOP for it. We're just going to kind of forget about it. Hopefully no one says anything about it. It's really kind of embarrassing. I mean, maybe the BOP is correct and the car is just slow. I don't know, but it's pretty bad. And no one races it. It's not even an option. With the Ford GTE, at least some people are still racing that. As far as I can tell, it's not become as big as a joke as the GT3 version of the Ford. But it'd be cool for AI to be able to run a full grid with the Ford. Build Ford tough. That's what they say. I'm driving one right now. Things never failed me. Except for a couple times when it left me stranded. No! I avoided 2 rabbits in my subdivision out here. Now, the older I get, the more apt I am to try to avoid killing things on the road. I don't know what it is. I guess I've grown into a more sensitive heart. I'm gonna join PETA. When I was younger, man, I'd be trying to hit squirrels. What is wrong with me? Sometimes you can't avoid it, You don't want to risk your own life trying to avoid hitting a squirrel or a rabbit. But I try to make an effort to avoid it. But I remember when I was a kid, man, I was ruthless. I'd be aiming for them. I remember when we were kids. This is kind of embarrassing to say, but I think this is a felony. This is the story I'm about to tell you is fictional. Any names or characters described in the following story is just happenstance or coincidence if it lines up with reality. So this is a fictitious story I'm about to tell. Just coming up with it as I go along. When I was a kid, I killed a goose. One of those Canadian geese. That was ruthless, man. They used to call me the Goose Slayer. They coined that term for me. It was my nickname. There he is, the Goose Slayer. I said, yeah, that's me. But me and my friend, we used to hang out in this just a big open field. It was like a tree farm / open field / farm / just kids being kids, just looking for dumb stuff to do. There was a river. There was a little, more like a creek. It is like a creek. There's a creek. What's the difference between a creek and a river? A creek is much smaller than a river. But I used to hang out, and there was always geese there. And, you know, those big Canadian geese, they're a bit of an annoyance. And there was me and my friend. No names will be named. And so we had it all planned out. We were channeling our inner hunter-gatherer from ancestors long past. We were a nomadic tribe. Nomadic. It's got to be right. A group of people that they don't have like a home base. They always travel. Nomadic. Yeah, whatever. It's too early, man. How much coffee have I drank? Not enough. So, we had a couple of sticks. No, we had golf clubs. Because we'd go hit golf balls. But I think we had some sticks too. I mean, if you're a young kid, you don't leave the house without your favorite stick, you know? You poke stuff, poke dead bodies, swinging at things. You never leave home without your favorite stick. So we had that and some golf clubs. And so my job was the whole flock, it was quite the gaggle, really. The whole flock was just chilling. They're doing, do flock of geese, do they graze? If they do graze, that's what they were doing. They were grazing. They were all just chilling, walking around. Some were cleaning their feathers. Others were squawking. Some were taking some big old juicy dumps. Some were eating some ants or some bugs they found in the rough. And so they're all chilling. So my job was to run at the flock of geese in such a way where when they would get scared and fly away, they would fly towards my friend, and then he was going to chuck a stick up at him, try to knock one right out of the air. So I'm like, okay, soldier, let's do this. So I run right at the flock. They go flying. Perfect pattern, low flying. It takes the geese a little while to get up in elevation, so they got to start out slow, Perfect. Nailed it. So they fly right over my friend. He chucks a stick up at him. Thunk. Nails one. Perfect. I was like, damn. We're like, holy crap. So now it's like injured, And then the following part of the fictitious story gets quite graphic. I was known as the Goose Slayer, and then one straight shot with the old golf club, and I killed it. Now, they say that serial killers, they don't start out just by killing people. They end up killing animals when they're young. It's a sign. It's a sign of serial killer mentality. Now, I never did kill nobody after that, but I remember killing that damn goose, though. I think I did the world a favor by getting rid of that goose. And I regret killing the goose, but I was just a kid. That wasn't me. That's not me now. Oh my gosh, what have I done? I'm gonna get prosecuted. No, this is a fictitious story. I'm just making it up. Boys will be boys, Boys, you leave them at their own devices, Boys will be boys. That was a true story. I killed the damn goose. Anyway, there was a bunch of them. They all look the same. Who could tell? But now I like animals. Well, it's not that I didn't like animals before, but I just wanted to kill something, What's the difference? You kill an ant, or you kill a goose. What's the difference? not a whole lot going on up there. No, there is a difference. Oh my gosh, what have I done? What has this podcast turned into? Tales of my murderous past. Yes, no. So yeah, so there you go. That's a story about me killing a goose. I regret it, but now I avoid trying to kill animals, you know. I do my best, you know. I don't want to like swerve into oncoming traffic to save a armadillo, you know. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go out of my way to protect a butterfly. I'm going to have a head-on collision, you know, to avoid a anteater. You know, I'm not going to do that. And you know, if you kill an anteater, you just saved the lives of thousands of ants. So, you know, I don't know. You know, ants are living things too. But so is an anteater. So if you kill an anteater, you've saved many lives of ants. It's a give and take, you know, the yin and the yang, I suppose. You know, that's what this world's about. The yin and the yang. I think a Japanese person came up with that. So anyway, gosh dang it. Yeah, hopefully the sun, or I mean, I don't care if the sun comes out today or not, but I hope it just doesn't rain. So this job I'm doing for that Amazon building, freaking crazy, man. They're going at it again today. Yesterday it was a little stressful in the beginning. They were going at it right away, 7 a.m. I'm like, I'm here. They're like, yeah, we're half done. I'm like, okay, great. Jeez, can you slow down? I don't work at this pace. I like to work at island pace. These guys are working at like New York pace. So, and if I look a little familiar from the last podcast, it's because I'm wearing the exact same clothes as yesterday, except for my my underwear and my undershirt. But it's the same shirt and pants. You can't see my pants. It's probably a good thing. I'm not gonna get a crotch cam going. Unbelievable. Oh, what is this? Oh, there's a fur company. You get some nice furs. Do people wear fur coats anymore? Is that still a thing? I never seen nobody wear a fur coat. Maybe like fake fur, maybe. I think it's mostly fake fur. I think you got to go to like some really rich areas of the country to see people wearing fur. It's so weird. Look at this dead animal I've wrapped around my body. Are you a Native American? No, I'm a rich person from Manhattan. Oh, did you kill that animal? Are you using it for warmth in the winter? No, I'm using it as a fashion. I'm using it for fashion. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Not really. Oh, it's mink. Oh, yeah, what the hell's a mink? Where do you find those things at? I have no idea. It's like you never see like a fur coat of like this is a cheetah fur coat. Is that a thing? No, because they're rare. Yes, this is the squirrel edition 2019. How many squirrels did it take? So you would never see that. That'd be bad. That'd be like you're a hillbilly rich person. I had to skin me 14 squirrels just to form the hood on my fur coat. Your fur coat has a hood? Yeah, when it rains. I would rather have a fur coat made out of like feathers from like a duck, because at least the like duck feathers, you know, it sheds water. It's like there's like a wax to it. Although, does the feather itself have the wax on it, or is the wax that forms over the feathers produced as the animal is still living? Meaning, are you going to get the same watershed characteristics from the feather if you've plucked the feather, and maybe it's been like a year after you've plucked it? Does it still have the same characteristics as it would when it was attached to the duck, a living duck? How do feathers work? Feathers, that's amazing. Think about it. I'd like to be somebody that studies feathers from different animals. There's those millions of different types of feathers. But yeah, some of them on the ducks, that sheds water, you know. They're half of an aquatic animal, I suppose. You don't want to get all wet. Imagine like wearing like a big old sweatshirt and like sweatpants and like 100% cotton, and then you like jump in a pool, and then you get out of the pool, you're like, yo man, you weigh like an extra 30 pounds just full of water. Be like, Matt, I weigh extra 30 pounds due to other things. Okay, well, we're talking about water weight here. Yes, I retain a lot of water. No, it's the sweatshirt. It's soaking wet. It's weighing you down. Imagine that. That wouldn't be good for a duck. They probably wouldn't be able to fly very well. But I wonder. Let me know, because I'm not going to Google it. You think I got time to be Googling stuff? I mean, I could. But sometimes it's best not to know the answer to things. Sometimes it's better just to think about it and wonder. Be like, I wonder who the 14th president was. I'm not going to Google it. I'm just going to wonder. Be like, I don't know. That's how it was back in the day before Google. You know, not everyone was living the up-and-coming rich lifestyle and had the full set of encyclopedias at their house to look stuff up. And who's to say that there wasn't a misprint? If you thought of like, hey, what's that one guy that plays in that one movie? Like, I don't know. You just sit there and be like, you know, hours could pass, and you just be like, I don't know. Was it Howie Mandel? No. I guess we'll never know. And that's just the way it is. You just had to move on with your life without knowing. But now, you just ask Google. And usually Google's like, I'm sorry, I can't help you with that right now. Oh, okay. I thought you were the all-knowing AI that we come to expect in 2019. What the hell are we talking about? Oh yeah, feathers. Yeah, feathers are pretty amazing. You can use them to make a dream catcher. A lot of people use feathers to make a dream catcher. You can put one in your hat. Okay, you can put one in your hat. You can write a letter with one of them. You need ink though. You can't just use a feather and then start writing. There's nothing's gonna come out on the piece of paper. You gotta dip it in ink. I think you gotta whittle the end of it though in a certain way where it'll hold the ink. Otherwise, it's just a point. You know, you gotta whittle out a little like a little reservoir area and a point, so it'll hold some of the ink. You can do a lot with feathers, though, I suppose. Mostly just decoration. But I wonder if you could make a fur coat, but out of feathers. And it would be like, maybe that was like the very first raincoat that they came up with, you know, long before plastics came out. I suppose you could have made a rain jacket. You know, maybe you're a hunter-gatherer, and you're just sick and tired when it rains and you get all wet because maybe you got a big old fur coat, like a fur, like I'm thinking of like a Native American where they'll drape like a big bear skin over them to keep them warm. Maybe they fashioned a nice little V-neck sweater out of a bear coat. And start your, then you're on your hunting mission, and it ends up raining. Then you're just soaking wet. Like, you know what? I see that duck over there. He's not complaining. Maybe I ought to be using those feathers. Fashioned a nice V-neck sweater out of some feathers. Maybe it was a thing. Think I know? Oh boy. What time is it? Oh, I got plenty of time. 24 minutes in, talking about feathers. What the hell's going on? Oh, man. So anyway, you see any good movies lately? We watched, okay, lady. Oh, my God. It was one of those poodles, those very large poodles. I forget what they breed them. I think it's just a poodle. No, like a massive poodle. And she had it shaved where it all looked super fancy. That was dumb. Anyway, we watched a movie called A Murder of Crows with Cuba Gooding Jr. It's from 1999, and to be honest, it wasn't that good of a movie. But I will defend most movies from I'd say all of the 1990s moving into from 2000 to 2005, maybe at the latest. Any movie from that era was like it. People are going to look back and say that was the golden age of movies at the end of the century. I'm telling you, man, very good movies came out from the 90s and the early 2000s. Great movies. Murder of Crows, not one of them, okay? But it was okay. It was entertaining. We watched National Treasure recently, a couple weeks ago. I had never seen National Treasure. And I kind of thought the Da Vinci Code and National Treasure, for whatever reason, in my mind, like I've seen Da Vinci Code, and for some reason my mind just said, oh yeah, you've seen National Treasure. But it was actually the Da Vinci Code, and I know that one's Tom Hanks and one is Nicolas Cage, and I knew that, and I knew I can make that distinction in my mind. But for whatever reason, all these years have passed, and I just assumed I've seen National Treasure, but I hadn't. I had seen the Da Vinci Code with Tom Hanks. So, and then we seen it on the, I don't know, Netflix or whatever. And I'm like, National Treasure? Because Netflix kind of sucks these days, man. I'm telling you. If you have Netflix stock, sell it. They didn't win any Oscars. They're not doing great, in my opinion. The last 3 episodes of Black Mirror, not good. I would sell your Netflix stock if you have any. I don't have any. I don't know. I'm not trying to give any financial advice here. But it just seems like Netflix, in the last year or so, at least, they've been going the wrong way. They started pretty strong. Anyway, so I'm like flipping around Netflix because there's nothing on it. It all sucks, or I've seen it all. Unless you guys have some suggestions that I should get into, but I don't know, man. Anyway, like National Treasure, I'm like, have I seen this? So then I'm playing that game where I'm like, yeah, I've seen this. But I'm thinking the Da Vinci Code. I'm like, wait, I haven't seen this. So yeah, I watched National Treasure for the first time a couple weeks ago. It was good, you know? It's a classic Hollywood movie. Like, it's got a great formula to it. You know, the one-liners, the jokes, Nicolas Cage, I mean, you can't beat it. It's actually a pretty good movie. It's dumb, but it's good, you know? And there's a good payoff in the end. No spoilers or anything. But it is satisfying at the end. Like, they give you what you want at the end, you know? That's what's great about it. So, Nicolas Cage, man, that guy is a walking, living meme, I tell you. I don't know how he became such, like, kind of like a butt of every joke when it comes to Hollywood and the internet, but there he goes. Do you think he gives 2 craps about it? I mean, that guy's a multi-millionaire. He's done pretty well for himself, I'd say. Pretty well for himself. Well, you know, if you're a casting director, you know what you're gonna get when you cast Nicolas Cage. I mean, that's the beauty about it. You know you're gonna get Nicolas Cage. So, but anyway, 29 minutes. Okay, we're doing great. But yeah, what movies? I'd be interested to know what movies from that time period I see. It's like a 15-year time period. I know Jurassic Park is in that time period from, we'll just say, like 1990 to 2005. And what movies that were made that are not on that in that time period, maybe a little bit before or a little bit after. I'm not talking like recently, like, you seen the new Avengers movie? Be like, no, I haven't. But I do want to make a point to watch the 3 Avengers movies. It's like a trilogy, but I'm not super into the superhero stuff. I don't know. I like the original, like, Superman movies and stuff, but yeah, let me know what your favorite movies are from that 15-year time period. In my opinion, there are some really good ones because we've gone back and watched them. Like, when the hell was this movie released? And it says 1997. Let's give it a shot. And at the end, we're like, very good movie. I enjoyed that. So let me know down in the comments below. And hopefully you guys have a wonderful day today. I really enjoy doing the podcast. Seems like we got the audio good. I don't think there's going to be one podcast where I don't mention the audio. And so yeah, check out like I said, the latest YouTube video is that Corvette race. And I know there's some topics. I mean, a part of me just likes to kind of ramble like I did today. But there will be episodes where I stick to like one topic. I know some people have given me suggestions, and they're good suggestions, and they're kind of just on the back burner. It just kind of depends if I want to talk about it or not in the morning, you know. So, yeah, I will. And what's funny, I got a message from Sprint. I use Sprint for my data care, and I have unlimited data. I have an unlimited data plan. Because, you know, I need unlimited data. I mean, come on. I mean, jeez. How can you live without unlimited data? And I got a message saying, you've used way too many gigabytes. And it's from uploading all of these, podcasts, right? Because they're like 2 to 3, sometimes 4 gigabyte files. And that I upload on not under Wi-Fi. I'm uploading them on the network. So they're freaking out. They're like, you've used too much data. Like, what's the problem? I have unlimited. Like, your data will now be like pretty much they're throttling my data at this point. I don't know, for the rest of the billing cycle, I assume. So if it's not Mediacom, it's Sprint. Apparently, I'm using too much data. But so I don't care. It seems to be fine. I uploaded yesterday's. It seemed to be just fine. So I don't know how they're really throttling me. They can't cut me off unless they throttle me down to like nothing. Like, it's unlimited data. Jeez, these cell phone companies, what the hell's wrong with them? It's just bandwidth. Like, come on. I'm traveling all over for work. I'm just uploading as I'm just like driving around in different job sites. I'm using different cell towers. I'm spreading it out. Put a gig here, put a gig there. Come on, I'm spreading it out. That cell phone tower can handle it. I don't see this. Whenever I pass by a cell phone tower and I'm uploading a video, I don't see it getting hotter. It doesn't start smoking, I think it can hold it. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out Instagram and Twitter. Instagram, I got to start posting more to Instagram. But definitely follow me on Twitter to be notified of when I go live and all that stuff on the Twitch. Twitch is just Matt Malone. And thank you guys so much for hanging out. And I hope you guys enjoy the podcast as much as I enjoy doing them. And I hope it makes your commute better. So be safe on your commute. Have a wonderful day. And I'll see ya tomorrow. Love ya.